target of racial and religious slurs and even violent attacks. There is no place for this behavior in Canada. The anti-terrorist bill contains measures that will strengthen the protection of religious freedom and counter hatred based on race, religion, and ethnic prejudice. Mr. Speaker, we must never forget that the ultimate goal of terrorists is not to capture us by the force of arms, but by the force of terror. They don't want to occupy Canada. They want to shut Canada down. Mr. Speaker, this government, this House, this nation will not let them. Even as we continue to take strong action to address the immediate security concern of Canadians, we will also proceed with our longer-term agenda to build a more prosperous, more inclusive Canada. Canadian has never been a people to live life looking over our shoulders. Ours is an open, prosperous society. Our action plan is about doing what we have to do to allow Canadians to get on with their lives secure in their safety, to allow our businesses to get back to business, secure in the knowledge that the flow of goods and services across our border with the United States, the anchor of Canadian prosperity, will continue unrestricted. At home, our government will continue to follow economic and fiscal policies that will enable business and consumers to continue to make their plans with optimism and confidence. We will also work with our partners in the G7 to ensure the stability of the global economy. I would add, Mr. Speaker, that if we expect Canadians to get on with their lives, we must be an example to them by getting on with our job, the job of building our future. Because the security of our country is dependent not only on the protection of our border and our airports, not only on the power we give the law enforcement agencies, it is also dependent on the prosperity of our economy, the health of our environment, the inclusiveness of our society, and the strength of our voice in the world. Mr. Speaker, on September 11, 2001, the world changed. A global struggle began, the first great struggle for justice in the 21st century. But if we face a new enemy, the role of Canada in the struggle ahead is not new. As always, we have not picked this fight. As always, Canada is on the side of justice and right. In the struggle ahead, there may be no unconditional surrender or victory parades, but there will be countless victories, the quiet victories of everyday life. Victories that in the end will be won by our reliance on the single most effective weapon that free and civilized nations have always had in our arsenal, the spirit of our citizens. Our enemies have made a fatal miscalculation. They have mistaken our freedom for weakness. They have mistaken our openness and generosity for lack of spine. They have mistaken our values for a lack of resolve. And they will be proven wrong on every count. Mr. Speaker, the road ahead will be long, but our victory will be complete. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.